Good morning, hens. How are we all diddly doing? Just reporting to you from the morning because I wake up in the morning times really, really early. Earlier than everybody else that's watching this video. 5:30 a.m. wake up call for me. This is my new thing. It's how I feel comfortable. It's what I love doing. This is actually my second time waking up at 5:30 a.m. And you know what? How many times does it take to make a habit? I think it's 6 weeks. So I've still, you know what? I may be a bit preliminary right now. Good morning. How are we all diddly doing? I have been watching TikTok lately, naturally, because addicted to doom scrolling. And one thing that keeps coming up is these lasses and they're like, things that I think will be unpopular in 5 years. Don't hate me. And people get really upset in the comments being like, you can take this out of my cold dead hands. And I thought, you know what would be really fun to kind of take that idea into the Sims. I love doing stuff like this anyway. I love taking ideas that exist in other genres of video and implementing them into the Sims world and seeing what happens, like seeing what it looks like. So if you have any other ideas as well that I should turn into the Sims 4, let me know. But anyway, early wake up call. Let's jump on into the video. Okay, we're going to start off in Create a Sim. And before we start off, I just want to have a disclaimer, right? First and foremost, I do think that I may potentially be the most cringy Sims YouTuber, and like I'm well aware of that fact. You know what I mean? I kind of wear that like a badge of honor because I just don't really care. And I think that the title of this video is going to be Sims things that I think will be cringy in 5 years. But with that being said, I am also cringy. Like I could be like, do you know what I mean? So there's no shame in being cringy. I just think that obviously fashions change, especially lately, constantly. But you know what? I'm going to justify each one as we go along, right? I'm just kind of scared. Oh, hello. Do you want to say hello? Oh, baby. What is this? Something to the world? Talk, Valentina. Ally. I love you, my darling. This is always a difficult situation because as soon as I go to pull the green screen up, the slight bit of movement, he's going to shoot off. Just flop. There we go. He's gone. I've got like a little footstool underneath my desk and he's like, oh, my bread time to shine. Right. Okay, so the first one that we've got is just the high school years. This is 2 items, actually. This is the high school years eyeshadow and the high school years eyeliner. There's going to be some packs that are featured more heavily than other packs in this video, and we're just going to have to roll with it. First and foremost, right, this is not me slacking these off. We all know that I have loved to do a fun eyeshadow. I still love to do a fun eyeshadow. Less more so lately because I'm lazy. I considered putting eyeliner on this morning. I thought, oh, do I have the energy to just... No, I do not. I feel like the natural aesthetic, like the clean girl aesthetic, or the emphasis on less makeup over lockdown happened. But also at the same time, I feel like this type of really experimentative, creative makeup happened during lockdown. But I can kind of see this really experimental makeup kind of declining. But I think that this is going to be like 2016 makeup. But I hope not, because I do think it's really fun. And I also think that I grew up with makeup artists on YouTube that were like, there's no right or wrong way to do makeup. But there kind of was, because everyone done the exact same makeup. So I kind of hope that this doesn't go, because for me, this was the real internalization of there's no right or wrong way to do makeup. So people just went fucking balls to the wall and put the makeup on whichever way they wanted. And like experimented with colors and styles and pushed the boat out a lot. It was really fun. It was really interesting. But I do think it may potentially be cringy in 5 years' time. I do. I feel like we're going to load the game up and look at it and be like, now what was your thought process behind that? Number 2, this t-shirt, this type of clothing in particular. We do have a couple of these actually. It was quite difficult to pick between just one because we had this one and then we had this emo-ish one. I think this one's got a bit more life left in it yet because the goths are still gothin'. That's a joke and I am allowed to say that because I was a previous emo child and like it never dies within you. Do you know what I mean? Cut my wrists and black my eyes. I loved Hawthorne Heights. I really thought this band really understands me. It really understands me because I'm from such a loving family who nobody understands. Like, yeah, I mean, to be fair, I did have undiagnosed autism. Do you know what I mean? So people did understand me, but to what extent? Not enough to get that diagnosis at an early date. Do you know what I mean? I'm jesting. It's very highly likely that my dad's autistic, so it makes sense that I didn't get mine because my behavior looked normal in my house. You know what I mean? It was not cause for concern. Anyway, this type of top, just like the Y2K baby, this for me is like baby spice aesthetic, and I think that this is really gonna go out. Maybe not kawaii. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. And then do you know why I think this? I mean, this may be like me missing the mark completely. This is the type of shit I would have went viral for. This colorway, the cute clouds, the cute hearts, the cute stars, the cute mesh top on top of it. Oh, bitch. Plumbella loved a mesh top throughout 2020, throughout 2021, and even in some parts in 2022. I still have mesh tops in my wardrobe in 2023, but I can't say I've been utilizing them. I think mesh might be on its way out. I don't think layering's on its way out. I actually kind of don't want this to go as well, but I do think it might be cringe. But it's cute. Like, I would have died for this. Would I buy this if The Sims release it as merch? Yes. Does that mean it won't be cringe in 5 years' time? No. Unfortunately, these flowery trousers. Again, does this mean I dislike them? No. I love a fun pair of trousers. I really do. But we're kind of in the era of fun trousers, and we have been since 2020. I used to spend so long deliberating over getting like a black and white checkered pair of trousers for so long, and I'm glad I deliberated, and I'm glad I didn't get it, because I would have went around looking like a chef. Do you know what I mean? No offense if you have those, but it was just kind of not the vibe that I was trying to go for. But pattern trousers have been everywhere. They're really big, so I can see them going out, which is sad because I really like them. I think they're really fun. Style's just been so fun over the last couple of years, and I can see it going into like the clean girl, boring. Not that clean girls are boring, do you know what I mean? People just gave less of a shit about the outfits when everyone was locked in the houses, you know what I mean? Which checks out and makes sense. Next up is the cowboy boot trend. Not cowboy boots in general. I know that they're kind of like in the places that wear cowboy boots. They are not lifeless. What's the word? Deathless? No, there's a word for where something like can't expire. Timeless. There we go. Maddie Ziegler's solo in Dance Moms. Because the thing is, it's not just the Southern girlies in America that are wearing these. Like, I've considered a pair of cowboy boots deeply. I know Steph Sims has got a pair of cowboy boots and they rub off a fake tan. And I just think in 5 years' time, we're going to look back at these like we looked back at Uggs. But Uggs are in style right now. Cowboy boots may come back. My rootin' tootin', baby. You never know. Right, next up, I'm switching positions for you. I had to go with the men's as well. I think that this layered style top, specifically this wavy pattern, the wavy pattern's already on the way out, but this layering of tops, I think we're going to look back. Genuinely, I think we're going to look back at like the 2020s the same way that we look back at the 1970s, because obviously so much of the 2020 style is inspired by the 1970s. I just remember looking back at the 1970s thinking, what the fuck? Now I'm like, 1970s style, slay. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah, I think that that's on its way out. But I still love that style, do you know what I mean? Was that the only one I could come up with for men? I'm going to add the mesh top as well. I think that's kind of, I don't know. You might like it, I don't know. But I think we will look back at those. Maybe not even with rose tinted glasses, but I don't know. But I'm adding it on. That's my opinion! I also was really tempted to say things I will think are cringy in 5 years. Loading screens, but maybe not. Some people acclimated to loading screens now. I am still not. And I wish I was. Like, I wish that I could sit through a loading screen and it wouldn't boil my piss like that gif of that last holding the curtains and shaking, but they still do. While we're here, for the matter, I don't think things like Forgotten Hollow or Moonwood Mill or anything like that are going to be cringy in 5 years' time. I actually think that people like Vlad Stroud, Daddy Vladdy, and Caleb Vitor, and even the Pancakes family are going to go down in Sims history. I think that they will become timeless. I mean, Vlad's already timeless because that man could not kick the bucket, because he was probably there when the bucket was invented. Do you know what I mean? He's been around. He's the giver of life. He is Adam of the famous duo Adam and Eve. Do you know what I mean? Let's hurt some feelings and let's go into Build Buy. Listen, I know, okay? I know for a fine fact that these items will be cringy in 5 years' time. And my reasoning for this is a lot of these items were made with the idea of what is stylish at the current time. That was what I wanted to do. I wanted to create a kit that had styles that people were interested in, that people were actively looking for and buying in their everyday life, and give them the opportunity to utilize that for The Sims. We have a lot of popular things like the cow print. Cow print is more 2020 than like mid 2020s. The cow print everywhere, the checkerboard rug, cloud-shaped bed, the wavy mirror, the wavy desk, the wavy candles. We're fucking obsessed with waves, guys. We were quite literally making waves. The cow print and checkerboard in the pictures. Does this mean I don't like them? I love these pieces. I love them. The tiled table. I love these pieces. Love, 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 love them. But they are very trendy and they are very as of right now. But I think what these will have is a resurgence. Not now, maybe not for a while. There was a while where when I was playing The Sims 2 and The Sims 3, if I had to style my Sims, I'd be like, it's difficult. I have to download loads of custom content because these styles are so out of fashion. It's like, it's difficult for me to even think, oh my God, I used to love this. And then now when I load up The Sims 2 and The Sims 3, all of that stuff's back in fashion. So it's actually really easy to play The Sims 2 and The Sims 3. And I think that is probably the same thing that's going to happen with these items. They will come back around because they always do. However, things from this pack that I don't think will be cringe in 5 years. Dun, 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 dun. This one, mainly because it reminds me of The Sims 2, and The Sims 2 is so iconic that for me, this shelf will always be iconic. This flower pot, because she's not really an offender of anything. Do you know what I mean? She's got flowers in it. It just goes there. It's a nice little accessory piece. Leave her alone. This wallpaper, because I love this. I mean, literally, my background is that wallpaper. Not my background, because this is a real house. This is a real life, and this is a real room. My walls are literally inspired off this background. I love it, love it, love it. But it also is a really cute kids wallpaper that we are lacking in The Sims 4. Same with this two-tone one. Also, this mirror, unoffending, nice mirror, could be used in a kid's or teen's bedroom. This corkboard serves a purpose. She's got the wavy curse, do you know what I mean? Which may be unpopular or cringy soon. This settee, for me, great settee. Really good, bog standard, well, not bog standard, because she looks, how do you pronounce it? Is it boucle? She looks like she's got that, you know what I mean? She's a bit bougie, actually, if anything, but unassuming, nice. Her cousin over here, very trendy, do you know what I mean? Also, this bin, just a bin, you know, committed no crimes, files his taxes each and every year. This chair, it's just a love heart chair. Can you imagine this in your kid's room? I don't think that this one will be cringe. Same with the salt lamp, literally just here, I like the room. And also this chair, just a bog standard chair. It has committed no sins. Free from the sinfulness. Free from sinning. But harmony, nah, glooch, nor. They've done no wrongs in their entire life. Just want to say, I'm really sorry, Nikki. I'm really sorry. I know that this mirror is a popular one. I use it every single time I have a teenager. And I know that so many people in real life have this mirror. And I still like it. I still love it. I still think she's really fun. I think she's a beautiful full-size mirror. I really do. But I think that if we loaded up The Sims 4 in like 10 years time, she might still fucking be here in 10 years time. Although I don't want to speak that energy into existence, but she still might be. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what it is? I saw a discourse recently on TikTok that the wavy pattern is our version of chevron. And when was The Sims 4 released? 2014. And what was the peak of that? Chevron. I know that this isn't necessarily chevron, but this lattice print right here, I thought this was, oh my god, they've hit the jackpot with patterns. Like, this is the best thing that the Sims team could have done for me by introducing this pattern to me in 2014. It was so trendy, it was right on the money, and I think that's what that is, you know, literally a mirror into the future or into the past. Either way, I think that, yeah, similar, like that's where they're heading. The chevron rug, this specific pattern to me as well was so big in American dorm tours. God, I used to be obsessed with watching those on YouTube. Everyone had a pattern like this in the bedroom, and it was that light teal color as well that they mixed this with. Memories. Anyway, I think, yeah, this mirror is potentially, I think she's got some time left in her, do you know what I mean? But I think that's where she's potentially going. But I've also seen people taking these mirrors and making them fabric, getting fabric versions of these mirrors as well, which I feel like is a good way to keep it not as 2020, do you know what I mean? Next up, and this is going to be a really unpopular one. Lot of apologies in this video. I'm really sorry, but I just think like the cottagecore, oh, do not get it twisted, my darlings, do not get it twisted. I am a cottagecore bitch in theory. If I had, you know, the mental capacity to like not live close to family and like live in the woods, I would take it. Unfortunately, I'm too high need, and that's why I love cottagecore in The Sims, because I can go and do something that I'm not necessarily able to do in real life, and I can just live that out. But we are in a bit of a mushroom epidemic. We are a bit obsessed with mushrooms, and I know this because I literally sell prints of mushrooms. I sell tote bags with mushrooms on. If something has a mushroom on, I'm like, oh my god, like 2,000 times more likely to buy it. I love mushrooms, right? So I'm a victim to this too. Is the mushroom the mustache of our generation now? You know, 2014, there was mustaches everywhere. Owl necklaces galore. Is the mushroom going to be our version of that? I hope not, because I fucking love mushrooms and it would make me sad. But I think, oh, I just think they're so cute and I hope it doesn't happen. I really do. I hope and pray, because I do love a mushroom. But I'm quite funny if I'm going to eat a mushroom, because for the longest time in my life, I told everybody I was allergic to mushrooms just to make sure that they wouldn't put it in, which is toxic behavior, I know. But I was also 8-year-old. Do you know what I mean? So cut me some slack. Not to take away from people who do have allergies to mushrooms. Try and talk an 8-year-old girl in anyway, I don't like any other mushroom apart from a portobello mushroom or a white mushroom. Can't do chestnut mushrooms because they are too chestnutty. And I can't do any of the ones where they've got like the long stalks. The stalks aren't even where it's at for me. It's like the head. I chop the stalks off. given the opportunity, do you know what I mean? But a portobello and a white mushroom, that is where my loyalties lie. Those are the only mushrooms I am loyal to. So I guess if we recolored this, I might say she's not going to be cringe in 5 years. I love you though. I love the aesthetic of spotty mushroom. Never seen one in my fucking life though. Like, do they actually exist? Oh, right. I've never seen one. My God, and they are in England? Oh, bitch, I need to get out more. I cannot believe I thought... I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm leaving spaces in between my speech to give you space to shout at me, because I know that some of you might be sitting on a rattan or rattan bed. I don't know how you pronounce it. Or a rattan chair, you know? And listen, babe, when it's summer, I will 100% be buying this. Do you know what I mean? In real life. These are fashionable. Like, these are in trend at the minute. They were out of trend as well. I feel like recently they came back in. Obviously, I'm speaking about everything from a UK standpoint, so I can't speak for others. These were out of style for a while. These were like, we don't have a conservatory because, well, just because we don't have one, because we never got one. I don't know how to explain not having a conservatory. Like, we just didn't want one. And also we don't have the room in the garden. Like, we've got small gardens. But for me, if I've ever been into a conservatory, this type of like wicker rattan type of stuff, that's conservatory thing. So maybe, honestly, maybe the big boom of conservatories was kind of why these went out of fashion, because they were associated with like conservatories. I don't know, guys. I might just be putting two and two together and trying to paint numbers with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I might be so off the thing, I'm not even doing maths anymore. But yeah, that is what I think will be cringy in 5 years time. Let me know if you agree, because I feel like some people might be like, that bitch is onto something, and some people might be like, shut your whore mouth. You know, it really could go either way, and I'm very intrigued to know which way you think it will go. Also, if you have any ideas of other things that you think will be cringy in 5 years time, let me know. And don't say YouTubers posing for a thumbnail like this. Bitch! How else am I supposed to pose? It's an actual insecurity of mine. Every time I go to take a thumbnail, I'm like, oh. Just realised I forgot to say goodbye. So the only goodbye recording that I've got is of this concrete floor. But I love you all. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, bitch.